So, in my walk with the Lord, there was times in my life, guys, where not all the time, but there was times in my walk with God where I felt like I was just I was going through a time of loneliness and a time of suffering, and and sometimes this happens to me. I think when I get this lonely feeling, and sometimes there was this one time, and I think there's sometimes times where I think I'm lonely, and sometimes, I just look at others, and which I know is something you should not do in your walk with God, but um, I was looking at others and seeing how they were happy, and just looking at everybody just living an easy life, and I just felt like, why am I the only one, so lonely in this walk? Why am I the only one, just feeling, why am I the only one who, just feels like, you know, I'm trying to have a relationship with God, but everybody who's not in a relationship, all the people around me that is not in a relationship with God, they're just living this carefree life, just doing whatever they want to do. Um, and and I've gotten this feeling at home and at work. And I'll tell you, what the times when I got this feeling, it was like it did give me doubts. It did give me like sadness and depression. Like, man, yes, I have a relationship with Jesus, and I'm so thankful, to have him in my life. But when I see everybody around me, and just everybody's happy, and everybody's, you know, everybody's living this carefree life and doing whatever they want to do, and just experiencing no consequences for their action, it gave me this feeling, right? It gave me this feeling. And one time, and trust me, my story in this video is to help you, this video is to help you to know that it's okay to express your feelings to God. And I'll save this for the end after I'm done telling the story, but I want you to know in this video that it's okay to express your feelings to God. It's okay to express your struggles to the Lord. It's okay to tell him how you feel. It's okay to express if you're sad, if you're angry, if you're upset. He will listen to you when you tell him. It's okay to tell God about your feelings, man. But anyway, guys, so yeah, man, I was going through times where, I've been trying to, keep God first in my life. And I'll tell you, it's not I mean, my words. I'll tell you, it's not easy to keep God first sometimes. It's really difficult sometimes, with a world full of things that are easily, to get your attention, to get your distraction, get you distracted. I'll tell you, it's not easy to keep God first. And but I know that when we do keep God first, I'll tell you, it's just awesome to experience God's love. It's awesome to experience his peace. It's awesome just to know that we have a God who loves us and is with us through everything. And but there was times, guys, where I was just feeling super alone, like feeling like just going in the world and just seeing everybody just living this carefree life, and I just felt like I was the only one suffering, like I was the only one going through pain, the only one maybe experiencing the consequences for my actions, and experiencing the consequences for my sins, experiencing and and basically, I was looking at everybody else, and I was like, man, like everybody's just living with no consequences. Everybody's living, just freely in their actions. And it made me cut to a point where I was almost getting upset with God, like to the point where because I didn't understand God's plan for my life. I didn't understand, what God was trying to do with me. I really didn't understand, what God, wanted to do for my life. I didn't understand why I was going through the loneliness. I didn't understand why I was going through the suffering. I didn't understand, why everybody's just living this carefree life, and it felt like I was the only one just going through the suffering and through all the pain because one thing you guys got to know about me is before I even, started my journey with God, I was already in a state where I was experiencing that loneliness. So I was already in the past, I was in a state where before, when I was in the world, I was already depressed, already lonely, already experiencing anxiety, already feeling like there was no, like I was like the loneliest person on earth, where I felt like I had nobody to talk to, felt like I had nobody, felt like I was just all by myself in my problems, feeling like I was just like everybody's happy around me, because I had comparison problems before I gave my life to God. And I feel like sometimes even today I still battle with that. But back before, I started my walk with God, I had comparison problems, and I used to be like, man, why is everybody living this life and I'm just lonely and I'm by myself and I'm just living this life where my life just sucks, man. And guys, in my walk with Jesus, this was how sometimes I felt. I felt like, man, like, I'm just going through the pain and the suffering. And I one time got upset with God. There was times where I almost got upset with God, and I almost got angry to the point where I was like about to say, like, God, like I was about to pray and ask God, like, God, why am I going through these things? Why am I experiencing the suffering? Why is everybody else, even sometimes even the lukewarm Christians, why are sometimes they, just living this carefree life, just doing whatever they want to do, for the people that don't know you, they're just, they're just doing whatever they want to do without consequences. And why, and why, why am I suffering in this? Why do I feel lonely? Why do I feel like, and so, but I came to realize this, guys. And today I'm still learning this today. Trust me, I am. Guys, I'll just tell you guys, we have to not compare ourselves with the world. We have to not compare ourselves with the world. We cannot. I'm telling this to myself, but I also want to share this message with you and just say that, guys, we cannot compare ourselves with the world. We cannot look at everybody else's life and just see all the goodness and all the prospering of their lives. Because I'm going to say this in this message. A life with Jesus Christ is a better life than a life without him. A life with Jesus Christ is better than a life without him. Because I'll tell you that even though the wicked are prospering, we have to remember that their success is only temporary. I know it talks about this in Psalm 73, and you can go read that if you want to. I even have a video talking about why the